Hello everybody, my name is Ronan, and welcome back to another Transformers review. Today we're going to be doing a double review, where we're going to be looking at two separate figures at the same time, because they come in a package together. And today's review is going to be about the Shattered Glass Optimus Prime and Shattered Glass Ratchet. Now, let's start with Optimus here, or actually, let's start with the general idea of what this pack is. Now, this pack is the first Shattered Glass figures that came out in the War for Cybertron line, but they came out before they had officially gotten boxes for Shattered Glass. They did not come in boxes like this. They did not come in boxes. They came in a Generation Select style box, which didn't have as much detail, but it had enough. I don't have it anymore, I don't believe. If I had it, I would show you, but I think I threw that out a long time ago before I started collecting boxes. Now, let's just start with the deluxe class figure, actually. Start with the Earthrise Ratchet, which is the Shattered Glass Deco version now. Very nice purples, very clean. The paint is very clean. There's not a lot of blemishes on him. There's a few spots that do seem off, like those little white pieces there, but I believe that is for the design. But if I'm not mistaken, that's from transforming him, which we will see in a little bit. The sculpting and molding on him is very nice. A lot of rivet detail, a lot of just little lines that pop. Some really nice colors, very nice blue, a very light blue actually. On camera it comes off more blue, but in person it's more like an aquamarine sort of color. The purple and the gray face looks nice with those red eyes. They really pop and they really look menacing, and he feels alive. The purple is a very nice touch though. I like the windscreen here. It looks really nice. Back of the figure, very clean, very sturdy. It's not really hollow. There's only a few spots that are hollow, but they don't really bother me. Hollowness doesn't really bother me on figures as much anymore, because I'm a lot more lenient with that now. The feet have some nice detail as well. Some inner detail as well. And for accessories, he comes with his little pistol. Looks okay. It's a very nice. It was casted in the same plastic as like the blue aquamarine, not white, but close. And then painted with silver. And then his other accessory is the entire roof section of his car mode, which is interesting. But you can see the giant Autobot insignia with the purple there. These actually, you can push in and out for blast effect ports, little 5mm ports, and it moves so you can change it. There's also a bunch of other pegs here. These pieces can open up and you can make like a medical bay, like a, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a stretcher. You make a stretcher and you can put core class figures on it and everything, and it looks okay. It's an interesting accessory to say the least, but for Ratchet, it sort of works. It's just a giant shield, really, that he uses. Now, for the leader figure, we have Optimus Prime with his Shattered Glass Deco, which, wow! The green windows look amazing in contrast to this gunmetal gray color we have going on. This is a very nice spot to put this gray. It looks really nice, and it looks like they use the same paint for the shoulder stacks as well. But let's get a look at that face, and look at that, the faceplate is also the same color, but again, red eyes just make it pop and feel alive. And then the yellow in his crest, it's really vibrant. He has some vibrant colors over here and there, like the yellow, and this kind of, and the gray, I guess, would be, I guess you could consider it vibrant. But look at that. The decal of the Shattered Glass, which looks amazing. And then his insignia with filled with purple because of his arm with the silver outline. Let's take off his accessory. Just for the information, I did not have the trailer. Again, that gunmetal gray on the side here with a few ports. Hands can open, actually, pretty wide. Let's get to the legs. Again, that's that gunmetal gray is used again. There's that slight silver that we were looking for, with the black tires. Legs are okay. Back of the figure is really nice. We got some tire cheeks, as well as retooling of the Siege Optimus Prime legs. For some reason, they still keep the pins and everything in here, which doesn't make much sense to me, but alright. And his weapon, his accessory, is his Ion Blaster, which is a lot thicker, a lot stubbier, but it can also fold up for some neat weapon storage, which I will show further on. Okay, now for posability. Let's just grab Optimus here. Posability, he's got a ball-jointed head, which can go up that high, down that far, and can do a full 360. His arms move out that far, and he has a rotation and another rotation, so he can do some weird stuff. He's got a wrist rotation, and he could open up his hands as well, so that he can hold his matrix. I forgot about this while doing the accessories. Very nice matrix. Let's get that in the light there. It's not fully painted, but it's casted out of a green clear plastic, which is the same one as the windows. Look at that matrix chamber. Shine in the light of my phone. Put this back in there. Close that up. For more posability, he's got a little bit of a waist swivel. He can do the essential. He doesn't need to go all the way around. That's as much as he needs to do. He can kick up that high, and he can kick back okay. He has out, which is very nice. He has a swivel here, which is nice and tight. He's got a nice knee bend as well. A really nice kick, knee kick. And for toes, he's got heel down, toe down, and he has a pivot of 90 degrees. Now let's put him down, and let's grab this deluxe class Ratchet. Take off his accessories so I can quickly show you his posability. Head is on a ball joint, so it moves around. It can look up that high, down that far, and it can do a full 360. Arms are a little bit because of the pin, they're situated a little bit higher, so it looks kind of weird, but it's okay. You can get some okay posing out of it. But then there's also the swivel there, a swivel here, and a hinge here, which is just, I'd say, just over 90 degrees, barely. And he has a wrist swivel that is pretty tight, but he has it. Waist articulation, he's got a full swivel. He can kick up that high and kick back that far. He has got a swivel here, a nice knee bend, a little over 90. And for his feet, no toe down or up, he's just got a tilt 90 degrees as well. So that's always nice. Now, just for some size comparisons here, let's just stack them up. Now, I will show my recent review of the Bumblebee movie Soundwave Voyager class. I also have Core Class Ravage now, so a quick review of him might be coming out. And then my latest purchase, the Studio Series 86 Perceptor, Deluxe Class Perceptor. Now, he's pretty good. He's a little bit taller than Ratchet, but Optimus Prime stands pretty nicely above him. Now, let's get into some transformations. We're going to start with the Shattered Glass Ratchet. So what you want to do, open this up, fold his head in, and then you want to flip this back, rotate this, rotate his shoulders, and then his arms will just peg it together and keep his hands like that. Next thing you want to do, you want to pull this out. It'll pull out just a little bit, and you'll be able to rotate it around and click it back down, and then this will tab in with a few little tabs. Legs now, kind of separate them and fold these panels out partially, and then you can come in here and open up his leg, which looks really nice. There's some inner detail, and for some reason a 5mm port on the inside of that. I never even noticed that. And next thing you want to do, you want to bring the legs together and tab them in, and then the arms will come down, and there was a few little tabs right there, right in there, and they'll just tab onto that sometimes. Or no, actually no, I'm wrong. They will rest on top of that. My bad. Rest on top of it. These side panels will slide into the little grooves, and then you can fold this up. Oop. And it will tab in, if it wants to tab in, please. There we go. Tab in like that. Feet just stay out there. Next thing you want to do, put them down. We're going to grab this. I'm going to open it up all the way. And we're going to actually do the weapon storage now. There's that little port in there, and there's both sides of the gun that have the port. And you can just put it in here. And whenever you need it out, you just, whichever way that this little peg is facing, you can move this window open and it will open it up for you, or it will get it out. Now, for this, you want to make sure that this peg is slid up so that the jets aren't facing out. And then you want to just line up all of these 5mm ports. Whoops, gun came out. Line up all these ports. And they should line up okay. And now you just want to come here, fold these parts down, and it'll be able to get pressed more. Those pieces will slam down, and then you just kind of fiddle with everything to get everything in place. And then you just fold this up, and boom, there you go. Shatterglass Ratchet in his vehicle mode. Take a look at him in a second. We're gonna start with Prime now. We'll go to his legs first, and then we will flip these pieces down, and then just tab the legs together and flip these little kneecaps out. I hate this step, but it is kind of, it's pretty useful for keeping the arms in place in the truck mode. But now there's this port that's just sitting there, and it's the part that I hate the most about this, is that they didn't remove the port. Because on the Siege figure, you would flip the legs and that would become the middle of it. But whatever, it's one of those little minor inconveniences. Make sure you have your fingers all the way in, and you want to open the sides and close it. Same on the other side. Close it. And now you want to bring the arms back, and you want to just rotate it so that the stripe is facing out, and then just bring the arms up for now. Just get some clearance. Fold out these tires and fold this panel down and turn him around. You're going to want to open up his chest and flip this piece out, and then flip this piece out, and that will tab in. There's some panels that you fold out before closing it again, and then you can come in and tab it in. And now I got the entire front of the truck. So that is cool. Come to the back and just move the arms out of the way. There's this little flap here, and you can push Prime's head into there, and then it'll tab right back in if it's lined up properly. There you go. And then you want to take these little waist pieces and fold them in, bend the arms 90 degrees, which is their limit, and fold it in, and it will tab in slowly. Oh, that one opened up. And it will tab into a little peg, just like that. Next thing you want to do, you want to just fold the cab down, make sure that the arms get tabbed in to those panels from the knees, push in the wheels, push in those panels, which should it makes it a little bit more solid, and then fold in these panels, and they also click in. And once you've got that set up, just kind of fiddle with it to make sure it's in, and then you can flip out the gas tanks, the fuel tanks, and there we go. There is Prime in his truck mode. Now let's look at Prime first. A very nice truck mode, very delicate. He is very purple in this mode. A lot of the stripes come out in the robot mode that we kind of saw, but there's a very nice continuous stripe that goes all along the side of it, not to the back though. And the painting and sculpting in the truck mode is very nice. It's a cube with legs attached to it, so there's not really much we have to expect from it. But what it does is very good. This is a fake grill, which is standard on most Optimus Prime figures at this point. His windows, same windows, and then you can see there's a new window right here, a new window right there. There's a little bit of sculpt detailing for panels and doors and stuff. And his tires look really nice. They are correct to the real-world counterpart of trucks, where the front ones have wells that stick out and these ones go in. Very nice weapon. Actually, the smokestacks are a little tiny, which I don't appreciate. I would have rather had bigger ones. But oh well. But you see, there's that port in the back there, and for weapon storage, you flip this up until it clicks, and then you take the handle and you just push it in. And there you go. Pretty clean. It looks like just like a fuel tank. And it hides away pretty well. You wouldn't expect it to be a gun at first if you just saw it. So that's what I like about it. Ratchet, it's okay. It's not bad per se, but the colors of this mode really clash. There's this very off-white color that comes up to the top, and then there's a blank white on here, and then there's a painted white, and then this color is just a different color white. So there's really 4 different whites in here, as well as this light blue transparent plastic. And then there's this little hinge right here. I do appreciate the gray though, how they kept a stripe trying to go along, but then it got cut off here. I don't know why they didn't just paint just the top of that in the gray. But we get a little bit more of it at the front. We got some headlights, not painted. Bottom is pretty clean. I didn't show the bottom of Prime. Very nice. Pretty simple. It's just thighs and calves. But for Ratchet, it's more flat. I will give it that. And this looks good. This looks good. This is interesting. This is unacceptable. It's ridiculous. They couldn't find anything. They couldn't even just fold in something to make it thinner. Like, have a tab here, flip this in so it looks a little bit thinner. I don't know why they didn't. It's very lazy. It worked with the Siege figures. I'll give it that, because it's just robots that need modes of transportation. But on Earth, they need to hide. This is not hiding. This is hiding. Albeit with a shattered glass and giant insignia. You don't see purple trucks that often. But this is not hiding. You are literally saying, hey, I'm a robot. I have giant feet sticking out of my back. Because cars come up behind you. So people are gonna see this, which is what annoys me about the Earthrise mold the most. My first impressions of this mold are not that great. Very, very lackluster. Now let's get into some size comparisons for the vehicle mode. I'm not gonna transform these two, but we got the C-Series Bumblebee with Core Class Ravage, and again, my latest purchase, Perceptor. And they look pretty good. These two size pretty well together, but this one is the weak link between the two of the figures. So overall, they're pretty good figures, but they're not amazing. The Prime outclasses Ratchet by far, but Ratchet is just a very, very disappointing figure. It comes off very prestigious. They had the balls to do this instead of try to rework the back, but they didn't. But at least they roll. Both of them roll. This guy, he has a loose tire somewhere. I think it's this one. One of the tires likes to pop off. I think, yeah, it's this one right here. It likes to pop off because it has stress marks on the clips that it holds into. So to end this episode, or this review, I would like to say that these figures are pretty good. The characters that they are amazing, but the figures are a little bit lackluster, not what I was expecting when they first came out and when they were first revealed, especially Ratchet. Very disappointed in the Ratchet, but the Prime does a great job at being an Optimus Prime figure. So I hope you guys enjoyed this new review format. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next review.